Yo, what's good? You guys ready for some art? Let's go. No, I'm ready. Got the beanie on. Alright, welcome to part 2 of painting. So as you can see, I did a little bit of work off camera. If you saw a short, I had a little preview then, and so now you're seeing it now. Alrighty, let's go. So for some reason, I find that if you dry out the himi gouache, it's more manageable. I kind of like it, especially on this paper. You can see I concentrated on primarily this area. I have been incorporating all of my little metallic cakes. Let me see if I can get a good camera angle. I don't know if it could catch a light. I don't know, maybe a little trusty pen. Oh, yeah, there it goes. Sparkly. Alright. Moving on. So it's continuing now, just adding a little bit more of a base layer. Kind of got a little idea going on. Figuring out what's working, what not. I'm pretty much not going to touch this area right here. This is pretty much done. That is the no-no area. No more. So I tell myself. Will that happen? We'll see. But for now, I thought this camera angle would probably work a little bit better. I zoomed out just a tiny bit. You can kind of see the palette and everything else. You can always zoom in on the video, whatever you're watching on. So don't be afraid to do that. And also, if you're not very patient, but you want to be kind and watch the video, but not hear me ramble and go on for 30 minutes at a time, I understand. One of my subscribers, he kind of watches the longer videos, or the longer video in a double speed, which is I tried it out myself. It's pretty interesting, pretty comical. I like the way my voice sounds, so maybe just for those who are doing so, I might see if I can alter my voice in a way to make it sound really interesting. What the hell was that? Looked like a piece of rice. No idea how rice would be on my painting. One thing I didn't do, because I wasn't thinking about a particular style was I didn't leave too much room for blockiness. Gouache works really well in an illustrative sense, especially when you're using more of a layering technique where you kind of block it in one layer at a time, where you're covering up the bottom layer with your new top layer and leaving the other areas where you want. So I'm kind of playing around. I did pencil in areas of highlights in around some other areas real quick, so I know when I get to that area to kind of watch out for that. But with the mess of the feathers, it's going to be an interesting challenge to get this looking the way that I want. Mix some colors here. Lighten it up just a little bit. Sometimes when I paint, I go totally shoot the shit off the hip, just see if something works, and then do damage control later if it don't. And I'm not sure why, but out of all of the shapes of brushes, when gouache is concerned, I would have to say the round style of brushes. These guys, I would say these guys by far are just the chef's kiss. When you're painting with gouache in this manner, it's almost just as fluid as drawing. It's pretty nice and easy. Yeah, here I tried out a different color. I didn't like it. Here's another thing about gouache. If you don't like it, just take a brush with some water. You can either use a paper towel or a rag, or you can use another brush and just pick up the pigment, and you can erase your work. It's like an eraser. Not many paints are you able to do that with. One warning, as you can see, maybe for those with a keen eye, as I spoke before in my other video, this is not the most ideal paper for the gouache. It will work. You just gotta be careful. It will rub off and the paper will have little tiny bits that comes off. Good news is if you brush your finger it really doesn't smudge and it comes off. So, you know what? No complaints here. I'll buy it for $1. So yeah, feel free to play this in double time or whatnot. I'm gonna go for a little bit longer, and I will do a skip ahead, time warp, work on it, pause the camera, work on it, so on and so forth. For some reason I'm getting the shadow today. Is that better or worse? I don't know. You guys tell me. And it's 11:49. And time warp. So, I laid down the base colors for his feathers and the headdress of his helmet. And so now, I'm going to go in and I'm going to go more or less pay attention to these areas, switch up the color. His shoulder armor here will be associated with the same color range as the metal headdress. What is not shown is down at the end, these scales will actually turn and kind of curl up and extend into a feather, a featheriness, to add a little bit of a decorative flair, so to speak. So, let's go. Roomy zoomy. Okay. A little closer detail. As you can see, I added shadowing and all that stuff before. So, kind of brings it out, makes it pop. We're going to switch colors. See how things are going to look. Testing out some colors here. Let's see how this is. I don't know, this blue looks kind of grainy. If I was going to keep this color, it would be, probably have to do it in a couple layers. I do want to have it bit of a lighter blue into an aqua type kind of color. Just kind of see how that works out. Just playing around, thinking. As you can see, this has a lot of water in it right now, so it's acting quite like a watercolor, exactly like a watercolor. Which is nice because you can either start dark to light or light to dark. You can go either way, really. It's more about the consistency of the paint when you layer. It's really difficult to do glazing and other things with this type of paint, but if you work with it enough, it can be accomplished. It just takes a little bit of time, little finesse, little figgly wiggly. Yeah, I can't decide what color I like best. I don't know. Don't know. Try not to get too much of the same color next to each other. This right here is part of his hood, if you saw in the other picture that I did before. And that beauty, he's got his hood up. It's going to be blue. It's more of a cloak that you can wrap around. Here I didn't draw it very well, but it would be draping down, flowing in the wind. So well, it's nice to see some color other than orange. It's always interesting to find out that even though orange is made by two primary colors, red and yellow. It's just very interesting that most of nature is orange. Brown is orange. Redheads and brunettes are roughly the same hair color, only in different concentrations. So it's interesting when you find that out. Just playing around. Trying to see what works. Alright, time warp. As you can see, I've been adding some blue in to kind of disrupt the orange, yellow, and brown. And so I'm going to continue to work around, play with it a little bit more, and I will probably make a third and final part video just to go over and finish all of the details. So I'll do some off the camera painting and kind of do a part 3 and finish it up and add the details and whatnot. As soon as I step into YouTube Studio, I won't have to do multi-part videos. I can edit all of this stuff all into one video for you guys. So bear with me. I'm learning. I'm not your new age techie type kind of person. As you can, obviously I'm a traditional artist. I do work in digital, but traditional is my cup of tea. So with that being said, I will wrap this video up. Super close up. Alright everyone, stay tuned for part 3. It's been good. See y'all later. Peace.